can people invest their money? Diba? Talagang minsan ito yung showstopper. You have everything ready, pero just don't know where to start, how to do it. Magbigay tayo ng isang common example sa financial market natin. So, I'm sure we're all familiar of Jollibee or Jollibee Foods Corporation. Diba? This is our local brand. We are very proud of Jollibee kasi sila ngayon ay international na. Diba? Ang gandang negosyo ng Jollibee. Ang laki na ni Jollibee. Diba? So, kapag nakapag-invest ka dito, parang ang laki ng kikitain natin dito. Diba? So, imagine you're an investor of this big company. So, ngayon, paano naman tayo makapag-invest kay Jollibee? So, meron po tayo ditong 2 example. Yung mga common financial instrument in the market. Unang-una, stocks and bonds. So, by investing in Jollibee, through buying stocks, you will be an owner of Jollibee. You will be a part owner. So, yung bonds naman, ito naman yung certificate. So, meaning, pinapautang natin si Jollibee. Ito yung bonds or mga commercial paper. So, ito yung 2 ways to invest in Jollibee Corporation. Tignan din natin yung mga pros and cons nito. Kapag nag-invest tayo sa Jollibee stocks, we grow along with the economy. Kasi imagine niyo kung ilan yung kumakain kay Jollibee, magkano market value niyan. Siyempre, may ambag yan sa ekonomiya. Expected returns can stay ahead of inflation. So it's been proven historically na talagang pag nag-invest ka sa isang stock, you can outpace the inflation. So it's very easy to buy and sell, lalo na ngayon, we live in the digital world. Talagang just in the tips of your finger, you can invest in Jollibee. So doon naman sa other part, yung bonds or yung debt instrument, pinapautang natin si Jollibee in form of commercial papers. So ito naman, dahil pautang to, so babayaran tayo ni Jollibee ng fixed interest rate. So that's why it's guaranteed income. Yung interest din dito, usually better than what the banks can offer. And syempre, since we have that fixed interest rates, lower risk ito compared to stocks. Ano naman yung mga cons dito? So stocks, syempre nakataya siya sa economy, naka-invest tayo sa market, may volatility yan. That's why merong emotional roller coaster na tinatawag. Diba? Pag tumataas yung market, tumataas yung value ng investment mo, ang saya. Diba? Ang sarap sa pakiramdam. Pero pag bumababa naman, diba? So nandyan din yung talaga yung feelings natin or yung emotion natin. Number 2, good stocks require at least a big amount of money to start. And number 3, you have to do it yourself. So ito na yung pinakamadugo dito. Kasi this is the stock market. It can be very technical. You have to study the charts. You have to time the market. Ngayon ba yung magandang time mag-invest? Kailan ba ako dapat pumasok? So that's why kailangan din nating magbasa ng balita. We have to stay relevant. We have to stay updated. Sa bonds naman, syempre si Jollibee hindi naman siya mangungutang ng 10,000 pesos or 100,000 pesos. That's why bonds requires a large amount of capital. So millions po ang pinag-uusapan natin dito. And number 2, it's only accessible or usually accessible only to big and institutional investor. So ito pala yung mga ways to invest in Jollibee Foods and Corporation, diba? So si JFC, marami na yan, diba? Hindi na lang yan Jollibee, Mang Inasal pa yan, Chowking at marami pang iba. Pero ang hirap pala, marami pa palang kailangan i-consider. Medyo technical pa pala. Ang taas pala ng capital na kakailanganin natin. So kung hindi pa tayo ready, meron po tayong another form of investment na tinatawag, yung indirect investing. That's by getting a fund manager. So by getting a fund manager for as low as 1,000 pesos, you can have access, own, and participate in the earnings potential of the biggest names in the market. So imagine if you can do it yourself, so you can be part investor. Babakas muna tayo. Mag-hire muna tayo ng fund manager. Pupunta muna tayo dun sa mga maalam, sa mga magagaling. Sa yung mga ito na talaga yung ginagawa nila for their living. Ayan yung mga fund managers or investment houses. So ngayon, ano ba yung mutual funds? So mutual funds is an investment company that pools money together from different investors and they invest them in various investment vehicles such as stocks or bonds. Nakadepende po yan sa goals, objectives, and policies ng mutual fund company. So to put it into a picture, paano ba gumagana yung mutual funds? So sabihin natin, meron tayo ditong 3 investors. Meron silang investable fund which is equivalent to 1,000 pesos. Merong mutual fund company. So tayo, i-invest natin yung investable funds natin sa mutual fund company. At ngayon si mutual fund company will pull the money from the investors. So sabihin natin, equivalent to 1 billion yung assets na compile o na-pool ni mutual fund company from different investors. So the mutual fund company, siyempre in exchange, bibigyan sila ng shares which is equivalent dun sa perang pinasok nila or in-invest nila. Assuming 1 pesos per share yan. So in exchange, 1,000 pesos mo, you'll have 1,000 shares. Ngayon, si mutual fund company, this is what we do there, the investment house. We have fund management team, merong mga fund managers dito at sila yung mga responsible na tao to make the money grow. So sila yung magma-manage dito. So take note po, this is fund management. This is not just one person. So fund management team yan, may mga nagre-research dyan. Meron dyan mga analyst, iba-iba yan. So yung fund management team, sila yung magde-decide i-invest ba yan kay SM, kay Jollibee, kay BDO, o kay 7-Eleven. So it can be different combination of stocks. So more or less 20 to 30 companies yan. At ngayon, yung mga kikitain sa mga investments na to, so it will go back to the pooled fund. That's why it's compounding. Your money will grow. Okay? So sabihin natin yung 1 peso per share before, naging 5 pesos per share. So that means yung 1,000 pesos na in-invest mo in the first place, which is equivalent to 1,000 shares. So by the time na naging 5 pesos per share siya, your money is now equivalent to 5,000 pesos. So that's capital appreciation. Ito naman yung mga types of mutual funds. Diba? Napag-usapan natin may mga risk profile, may iba't ibang risk appetite tayo. That's why meron ding iba't ibang types of mutual funds designed for different risk profile as well. So unang-una, mga pang-conservative investors. Meron tayong bond fund and money market fund. So these are both conservative investments. Naka-invest lang to sa mga fixed income instruments. Ang pinagkaiba lang nito, si money market fund is a short-term fixed income instruments. That's why yung recommended length of stay with money market fund is only for a year. While with bond fund, ang recommended length of stay dito is within 1 to 3 years. So average earning po nito historically is 6% per annum, while with money market fund, it's 2% per annum. So stock fund naman, ito naman yung designed for aggressive investors or designed for long-term investment. Kasi inside a stock fund is combination of different stocks. So ang average earning po nito historically is 18% per annum. So every year po yan. Ayan po yung annual average na returns ng isang stock fund. So last but not the least, si balance fund naman. So balance fund is designed for moderate investors. So ang recommended length of stay dito is within 3 to 5 years. So it's a combination of stocks and fixed income. And the average earning dito is 12% per annum. So ayan po yung different types of mutual funds. Moving on to its benefits. Kapag nag-invest naman tayo sa mutual funds, ano ba yung mga benefits na meron dito? Number 1, affordability. Diba? For as low as 1,000 pesos, you can start investing in mutual funds. Very affordable na yan. Anyone can invest now. Even students or even yung talagang low-income earners, they can now invest in different companies. So number 2, diversification, di ba? 1,000 pesos natin, it can be spread, diversified in different instruments or in different stocks or in different bonds or combination of stocks and bonds. So number 3, convenience. So when we invest in mutual funds, do I have to study the market? Do I have to check my account every day? Do I have to read the news? So hindi na po natin kailangan gawin to technically, not necessarily, pero due diligence yan. So very convenient na po ang pag-invest sa mutual fund. Kasi nga po, ang kailangan na lang natin gawin is mag-invest regularly because someone is doing all that technical work for you, which is the fund management team. They are the professional fund managers. So as I've mentioned, hindi lang yan isang tao. Fund management team yan. May research yan, may research team, may mga analyst, may mga traders dyan. So may mga advisors yan, may mga nakatingin sa global market, may nakatingin sa local market. So iba-iba po yan ang mga nagtatrabaho dito. And imagine, ito talaga yung ginagawa nila araw-araw. Diba? So kaya nga minsan pupunta tayo sa mga professional na, like for example, doctors. Diba? This is what they do. They are the professionals. We go to them. Diba? So imagine yung car wash. Diba? Ito parang magandang example. Isa rin maganda kasi sa fund management team or sa mutual fund company. They have the right education, the right tools, the right equipment, the right training. Diba, imagine mo kung magka-car wash ka on your own. Parang 1 oras, 2 oras ka maglilinis ng sarili mong sasakyan. But if you go to a car wash, diba, meron silang mga equipments, meron silang mga tools, may training. Ito talaga yung ginagawa nila. So babayaran na lang natin sila in less than 30 minutes tapos yan. So another one, liquidity. When we invest in a mutual fund company, so liquid ba to, Morgan? Can I redeem my investment or naka-lock in ba yan? Mutual funds is also very liquid. In fact, the day you invested, you can redeem it the next day. So ganang ka-liquid yan because wala namang yan lock-in period. But take note, meron po tayong tinatawag na mga holding period and exit fees to discourage early redemption. Another thing, mutual funds is also tax exempt. So in accordance to the Republic Act 8424, kung ano yung kinita mo dito, it is net of fees, net of taxes na po yan. Let's say, kumita ka ng 10%, that's net already. So the gains that we earn in mutual funds are tax exempted. Last but not the least, safety. Mutual funds are highly regulated by the Securities and Exchange Commission. So they are the government body which governs itong mga instrumento na ito para ma-ensure na may check and balance, legitimate ba itong mga to. So ito po yung benefits of mutual fund investing. And another thing that I like with mutual funds is ito yung personal na talagang preference ko with mutual funds. Kasi talagang flexible yung pag-invest dito. Wala tong strict payment schedule. You can invest anytime you want. So talagang flexible investment plan siya. That's why it also requires self-discipline. Now moving on, paano naman tayo kumikita sa mutual fund investing? As I've mentioned before, we earn in mutual funds through capital appreciation. Diba? You buy at 1 peso per share, imagine maging 5 pesos yan. So that's automatically 500% return on income. Diba? Mag-multiply or mag-grow or mag-appreciate yung investment na ginawa mo in the future. Now, going back to Paula, diba? Meron siyang mga goals. Meron siyang short-term goals, medium-term goals, and long-term goals. So balikan natin to at tignan natin to isa-isa. So unang-una, si Paula, which is 25 years old, meron siyang goal to save up funds for possible travels after a few years. So ang time horizon nito is 2 to 3 years, short-term only. Pero si Paula, being 25 years old, yung risk appetite niya, aggressive pa siya. Pero di ba, imagine magta-travel ka within the next 2 to 3 years. Ayaw naman nating i-put up sa medyo malaking risk yung investment na gagawin natin. Kahit pa paano, gusto natin safe pa rin siya. But it's not just sitting in your bank account, pero it can earn higher interest than that. So what is the right investment product that we can consider na pwede nating makuha in the next 2 to 3 years? Na mababa lang yung risk, pero it can earn more than what the bank can give. So ang recommended fund dito is bond fund. So for example, ayan si Paula, meron nga siyang travel fund kailangan in the next 2 to 3 years. So bond fund. Ngayon naman dito sa Rambert Financials, a one-stop shop, di ba? Talagang ang flagship po namin is mutual fund. When you think of mutual fund, talagang Rambert Financials is the go-to company. Kasi nga, Rambert Financials, we are the best or the biggest, if not the biggest in the Philippines. So talagang 90% of the mutual funds in the market is with Rambert Financials already. So one of our recommended bond fund is Sun Life Prosperity Bond Fund. So si Sun Life Bond Fund, naka-invest siya sa mga government securities, sa mga corporate bonds, and sa mga cash and other liquid assets. That's why it's a conservative type of investment. Diba? Ayan yung example niya. So this is a simplified fund fact sheet. May mga treasury bond na magmamature in 2028. Diba? Nandito sa right side. May mga time deposit, may mga other fixed income instruments. So ayan yung laman ng isang bond fund, or to be precise, Sun Life Bond Fund. So looking to the numbers naman or the chart, diba? How did it perform? Sun Life Bond Fund, meron tayo ditong 5-year chart from 2019 to 2023. As you can see here, diba, maganda yung pinerform ni Sun Life Bond Fund. From 2.7 pesos, naging 3.2 pesos siya. So assuming yung best case scenario, nakabili ka at the lowest point and nailabas mo siya at the highest point. So yung best case scenario, 100,000 in-invest mo no 2018, noong November 2018. So 2.7 pesos per share pa lang si Sun Life Bond Fund that time. So that means yung shares na mapipurchase natin, which is equivalent to that 100,000 pesos, so 36,425 shares. At ngayon, yung outstanding shares na meron dito si Paula. So again, it's 36,000 shares. Pero fast forward to 2023, naging 3.2 pesos per share na to. So yung market value naging 118,698.15 pesos noong 2023. So in 5 years, di ba? return on investment dito sa Sun Life Bond Fund, naging 18.70%. So again, this is the best case scenario and this is a real life example. So talagang kung makapag-invest ka that time and nailabas mo siya that time, so ayan yung earnings na matatanggap mo. And again, this is net of fees and taxes. So yung isa pang goal ni Paula, which is for long term. So ang goal niya dito is to start building up for her retirement fund or save up for her children's education fund. So on time horizon, since matagal pa naman yan, hindi mo naman yan kakailanganin pa. So we can invest for a very long time. So si Paula, 15 to 20 years. And that is considered as a long-term goal. So si Paula is aggressive at ang recommended fund dito is stock fund. Diba? So since hindi naman natin kakailangan ito, talagang we can ride that risk. Diba? So talagang we can consider it kasi hindi naman natin kakailanganin pa. Talagang time yung kakampi natin when we invest. So tignan natin yung isa sa recommended stock fund dito sa Rambird Financials. Sun Life Philippine Stock Index Fund. So makikita natin dito, stock fund siya. Nakakalat siya. So si Sun Life Index Fund, when we say index fund, so that means naka-invest siya sa Philippine Index. And when we say Philippine Index, it's simply the top 30 companies in the Philippines. Okay? So stock fund, index fund in the Philippines. So si Sun Life Index Fund naka-invest sa top 30 companies at ito yung mga brands na yan. So again, top 10 holdings lang yung pinapakita dito sa fund fact sheet or dun sa mutual fund profile. So SM Investment Corporation, BDO, BPI, Ayala Land, Ayala Corp, Metropolitan Bank or Metrobank, JG Summit Holdings at marami pang iba. So that's Sun Life Index Fund. So looking at its performance, di ba may chart ulit tayo from 2019 to 2023. So assuming na ito talaga nakapag-invest ka this time, di ba? Ito yung best case scenario. 100,000 in-invest mo noong March 20, 2020 also. So 61 centavos per share si Sun Life Stock Fund. At yung 100,000 mo, in exchange, you'll have 161,000 shares. So again, yung shares mo na 161,000, fast forward to 2022, di ba? Makikita natin dito, yung chart, di ba? Talagang nag-nosedive siya, bumagsak talaga noong 2020 because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Nangyari yan noong mga March 2020. So imagine if you took advantage of that dip, di ba? Nabili mo yung lowest point at mailabas mo siya at its highest point. So yung 100,000 na in-invest mo, magiging 155,000 or 55.1% return on investment. And that is again net of fees and taxes. So that's how mutual funds works. That's how you match your goals with the right product. And this is how a mutual fund investment perform. So maganda rin, may mga strategies tayo. Dapat alam natin paano ba yung right way to invest. So meron tayong tinatawag na investing formula. It's as simple as assets, as time, is equals to profit. Ba? So talagang ang pinakakakampi natin when we invest is time. So it's not about timing the market, ika nga. It's the time in the market. It is how long you invested. The longer you stay invested, the more you earn, di ba? The longer you stay planted, the bigger the tree it can be. Di ba? That's the investing formula. So talagang mas matagal kang nag-i-invest, mas malaki yung chance na mag-grow yung investment mo. Meron din tayong investing strategy na tinatawag. So peso cost averaging. So it sounds technical, but it's not really technical. So peso cost averaging or PCA. So peso cost averaging, it simply means you buy in a regular timeline with a regular amount. Diba? Diba? Nasa rule of thumb yan. Finances natin, diba? 10 to 20% must go to your investments or savings. Diba? Imagine 5,000 monthly nakaset na yan. No matter what happens, tuloy-tuloy yan. Every first day of the month, diba? Yung iba nga, every cut-off or every payday, nag-i-invest. So talaga, no matter what happens, I will invest. Diba? That's the discipline. And that is peso cost averaging. Okay? So ito rin yung magandang strategy because with peso cost averaging, talagang we can ride the volatility of the market. Somehow, talagang it can really help. And talagang nasa, ano po yan, talagang nasa history yan, na talagang peso cost averaging works. So, tignan natin yung illustration, di ba? Example, meron tayo ditong dalawang tao, si John at si Peter. Nag-invest si John ng lump sum, si Peter naman nag-peso cost averaging. So, si John, meron siyang 6,000 pesos na in-invest. Ang price noon, 10 pesos per share. So in exchange, meron siyang 600 shares. So by the time na June na, di ba, fast forward to 6 months, 6,000 pesos na invest mo, you have 600 shares. Pero si Peter, nag-peso cost average siya. Tuloy-tuloy siyang nag-invest. As we can see here, 1,000 pesos per month. Meron siyang iba't ibang presyo. 10 pesos, 8 pesos, 6 pesos, di ba? Kasi nga, volatile yung market. It goes up and down. So by doing peso cost averaging, you can also capture different market prices. So by the time na you stop investing, di ba? As you can see, si Peter, he has more shares compared to John. So ayan din yung advantage of peso cost averaging. Kasi imagine mo mag-invest ka lang at one point, di ba? Naka-ride lang yun sa economy or sa market volatility. Pero if you spread it, di ba? If you invest regularly, so marami na yung shares na mayroon tayo, iba-iba yung pinanghahawakan natin. Kaya bottom line, talagang investing requires self-discipline. It's not a one-time thing. Investing is a journey. Parang physical fitness lang po yan. You don't work out for a day. You don't work out kung kailan mo lang gusto. The best method to do it is to do it regularly. Talagang self-discipline din po ang kailangan natin when it comes to investing and also personal finance. Yun naman, bakit natin kailangan mag-invest na ngayon? It's because of the power of compounding. Why start now? Why not start tomorrow? Why not start in the next week? Diba? Sabi nga natin, the best time to plant a tree was 1 year ago. Diba? And the second best time to plant that tree is tomorrow. So, power of compounding. Nasabi nga po yan ni Mr. Albert Einstein. It's the most powerful force in the universe. And it's actually the eighth wonder of the world, sabi ni Albert Einstein, di ba? Kasi nga, compounding, tuloy-tuloy yan. Para yung snowball effect sa pera mo. Di ba? So, sabi ni Albert Einstein, he who understands it, earns it. He who doesn't, pays it. So, di ba, siguro ang pinakamagandang example ng compounding interest, kapag nag-loan tayo sa bangko, di ba, sabihin natin may 5% na interest rate. Di ba, kung i-compile mo yun in the next 10 years, di ba, yung binabayaran mo, parang ang sakit din. Ang laki ng babayaran natin with the compounded interest and the compounded value. Pero he who understands it, earns it. So imagine if you do it in terms of investing. Diba? Every year, your investment earns 10% and you invest for 10 years, 20 years. So imagine the compounded amount that you will have. That's why talagang time is the best ally when you invest. Talagang the best time to do it is now. So tignan din natin illustration para may optics tayo. So the power of compounding and investing throughout the years. Assuming you have 8% annual interest and continuous investing until the age of 65. Tignan natin dito, meron tayong 4 na tao. So may age 20, may age 30, may middle age 40, meron namang nasa retirement age na 50 and beyond, di ba? So assuming mag-i-invest ka ng 1,000 pesos per month. So hanggang 65 years old ka mag-i-invest 1,000 pesos per month, tuloy-tuloy. Kung mag-i-start ka ng maaga, 20 years old, nasa prime years mo ikaw, or you're just starting over. Diba? Yung 1,000 pesos per month po by the age of 65, it can be 5.2 million pesos. Pero kung mag-i-start ka na mga middle age ka na, 40 years old, so that means 950,000 na lang yung potential earning na pwede mong makuha ng 1,000 pesos per month. Kasi yung time horizon mo is only 25 years. Compared to the age 20, meron siyang 45 years pa na investing time horizon. Tignan din natin, 5 pesos per month. 5 pesos per month by the age 20. So, fast forward to 65 years old. So, that is 45 years. Di ba? 5,000 per month, tuloy-tuloy mo lang yan nakaset aside talaga. You're that disciplined. So, you can have as much as 26.3 million pesos. At i-compare natin yan dito sa 50 years old na mag-i-start. Medyo late na, di ba? 15 years na lang yung time horizon niya. Yung 5,000 per month na pwede niyang gawin, maging 1.7 million pesos yung potential earning. So that's the power of compounding. Talagang it's about time. It's how early you start and you have to have the right discipline. So using our investment projection calculator, talagang nakikita po natin yung potential earning ng investment natin. Talagang we can project our investment value or our financial journey. So with our investment projection calculator, so this is free, it's in our website, or you can just simply search Rampberg calculator sa Google, lalabas na po agad yan. So with our investment projection calculator, you can set costume values. You can set your investment amount, tuwing kailan ka mag-i-invest, ano yung risk appetite mo, ano yung time horizon mo. So with that, you can see your potential earnings. So again, nasa website po namin ito, free po ito. I also have the QR code here in my slide. You can scan it if you have another device with you, or you can just take a screenshot of it, go back to it later after the presentation. So now, tignan naman natin yung mga real life stories here in Ramper Financials. Meron din po tayo ditong sample statement of account na ipo-provide. So again, this is an actual statement of account for one of our clients. So itong client na to nag-invest for their educational fund. So couple pala to. So invested for the educational fund of their child, and time horizon is 20 years. So again, ito po ay real life scenario. Talagang totoong nangyari po ito. Totoong statement account po ito ng isa sa aming mga investor. That's why hinighlight po natin or ni-remove natin yung mga personal information niya, which is the account number, the customer name, and the customer address. Pero ito yung individual statement of account as stated here. Diba? So 8/2/2011. So 2011 pa itong statement of account na ito. So makikita natin dito, nandito yung transactions niya sa baba. Or transaction lang pala. So PhilEquity Fund Inc. yung pinag-investan dito ng clients. So nag-start sila February 7, 1997. Tagal na, di ba? Sobrang tagal na. 25,000 yung in-invest nila. And si PhilEquity Fund that time, 1997, is only trading at 2.6 pesos per share. So yung 25,000 pesos natin, 2.6 pesos per share, meron tayong 9,281 shares. So ito yung pinangahawakan ng client dito or ng investor in this traditional statement of account. So fast forward natin siya, 20 years. Again, 25,000 yung in-invest, 2.6 pesos per share niya nabili, 9,281 shares yung tinitignan natin dito o yung pinangahawakan niya. Diba? Again, the statement of account is dated way back 2011. Pero assuming lump sum investment lang yung ginawa dito ng client, diba? Kasi hindi natin nakita yung updated. So imagine, lump sum investment lang ginawa niya. Fast forward to 2018, 20 years. Si PhilEquity Fund from 2.6 pesos per share, naging 43 pesos per share noong January 2018. So that means yung 25,000 in-invest mo, which is equivalent to 9,281 shares, naging 399,000 pesos. So that is an equivalent of 1,496.57% return on income. So again guys, this is a real life story. So totoo pong statement of account. So ayan talaga yung mangyayari sa investment mo kung nakapag-invest ka that time. So that's why investing talaga very important. Talagang time in the market yan. So tignan din natin, alam naman natin ngayon po sa mundo ng investment, sa mundo ng economy natin or the global economy itself. Diba? Alam naman natin maraming nangyayari ngayon, diba? The COVID-19 pandemic, the wars, the geopolitical tension, the interest rates, the inflation, ang daming nangyayari, diba? So imagine ito, yung mga na-mention kong issues was only from the previous 5 years, I think. Diba? Pero imagine natin yung all throughout the history of the Philippine market. So we're looking at the Philippine Stock Exchange Index chart. So this is the Philippine stock market itself. So ito yung index na tinatawag. So by looking at this chart or by looking at this index, makikita natin yung performance ng Philippine stock market. Diba? This is dated from way back 1987 to January 2024 or 2024. Diba? Pero makita natin in one simple picture, maganda naman yung naging performance natin. Tumaas tayo. Compared nung 1987, diba? Ito yung index level. Nasa 1,000 index level nung nag-i-start pa lang ang Philippine market. Pero it went as high as 9,000 index level. So maganda yung naging performance ng Philippine market. Pero hindi nga lang yung mga issues na nangyari, diba? Yung history ng mga nangyari na issues, financial crisis, economic crisis, talagang nandyan yan. Hindi yan naiiwasan. Pero it's shown here na talagang na-withstand, na-overcome ng Philippine market yung mga issues at yung mga crisis na nangyari. Unang-una, example, 1997 Asian financial crisis. Diba? January 1997 or first quarter of 1997. Diba? Bumagsak yung market from 3,500 index level all the way down to 1,000 index level. Diba? Ang laki ng binagsak ng market. Pero makita natin dito, after it went down, nagkaroon ng recovery. Tumaas din siya to 2,500. At after a year or two, nagkaroon ng consolidation phase na tinatawag. Up, down, wala pang direction. And eventually, 2007, it went up naging 4,000 na siya. Talagang hindi lang nag-recover yung market, talagang in-overcome niya pa niya at nag-breakthrough pa yung market. So 2007 nasa 4,000 index level na. Pero another crisis, meron na naman tayong dumating, which is the 2007 global financial crisis. And as a result, nag-crash ulit yung market from 4,000 index level to 1,500 index level. Bumagsak yung market 2008, di ba? I'm sure yung iba dito na witness na or na experience na to. Pero makikita natin in just a few years. So nag-recover yung market and it was able to break through again. So talagang may consolidation pace lang ng few years bago mag-breakthrough ulit yung market. So it went as high as 9,000 index level. So we're talking of billions of pesos here in equivalent or in value. Pero ito nga, 2020, ito na yung pinaka-recent, di ba? 2018, nandun tayo sa all-time high natin, which is 9,000 index level. Pero 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic happened, the geopolitical tension happened, the wars happened, so lahat nangyari ito na. Pero makikita natin dito, di ba, naging volatile na naman yung market. So ito palang binagsak ng Philippine market previously noong 2020, talagang it's just a small picture. Di ba, ito lang yan, 2020 nag-crash yung market from 8,000 index level to 4,000. So ito yung pinaka-recent crisis that we had. So may mga nakapag-take advantage nito. That's why nag-recover siya in just a year. So may mga kumita. Ako po personally, I have clients na kumita ng 100% return. Nagdoble yung pera in just a year. Talagang personal clients ko may mga nag-take advantage. Pero tingnan natin, after a year, 2021, nag-recover yung market. Nagkaroon na naman ng consolidation pace. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Talagang walang direction pa. At may mga dumagdag pa ngang mga tensions, may mga dramas pa on the side, mga global sentiments, diba? Mga wars, interest rates, ang dami pang nangyayari. Pero ito yung history ng market. Ito yung behavior ng market. This is just a one small picture of the Philippine stock market. So imagine what it could be if the times are better, diba? 2024, imagine natin by the end of the year. 2025, diba? Imagine natin kapag nandun na tayo sa good years of our market and our economy. Sabi po ni Mr. Rex Mendoza, the risk is not when the market is down and you pulled out. The real risk is when the market is going up and you're not part of it. Sa totoo lang po dito sa Rubber Financials, talagang ako po personally rin, talagang may mga tao talaga na talagang nagre-redeem, talagang nagpo-pull out na kasi nga up down lang yung market, walang direction. So we understand that. Pero sabi ni Mr. Rex Mendoza, the real risk is when the market is going up and you're not part of it. Diba the first scenario, they are pulling out, they go out kasi nga up, down. Pero paano naman kung tumaas na yung market? Paano pag pataas na tayo and you're not part of it? So sabi ni Mr. Rex Mendoza, that is the real risk. Kung titignan po natin ngayon ang Philippine market, Philippine economy, ang ganda naman po na nangyayari sa atin. Talagang the only thing that's pulling us down is the global sentiment, which is we don't have control. Diba? Mga interest rate, the wars, everything that's going on. So that's why talagang the real risk is when the market is going up and you are not part of it. So if you're not invested, wala pa tayong positions or we're not doing anything to achieve our financial goals, talagang it's the perfect time to jumpstart your financial journey with Ramper Financials. And by jumpstarting your financial journey, please don't forget to identify your goals. Know your risk profile and match it to the right investment products. So ngayon, ito na yung showstopper talaga. Diba talagang moment na ready ka na. Pero how to start? Where to invest? Pero dito nga po sa Rubber Financials with decades of experience, we have identified this problem. And we want to make it easier for everyone. So ladies and gentlemen, we are very proud to introduce to you Ramper Online, our very own all-in-one digital investment platform. So imagine yung one-stop shop platform at the very tips of your fingers. Talagang very convenient. Diba? You can easily invest with Ramper Online. So again, Ramper Online is an all-in-one companion to simplify your journey to wealth creation. So it's an all-in-one digital investment platform. So why choose Ramper Online? Ano ba yung meron inside Ramper Online? Siyempre, fully digital experience na tayo dito. So talagang nasa cellphone na lang natin yan or even desktop, we can also access Ramper Online. So inside Ramper Online also is the industry-leading funds. And last but not least, the certified advisory. The people behind Ramper Financials are certified advisors and regulated with the different government agencies. These simple steps lang po yan. So, sobrang dali, sobrang bilis. So, create a Rampber online account. So, ayan lang po yung link nan, or you can also find it in the chat box below. So, mag-open lang po tayo, verify lang natin yung email address natin, and complete the KYC form. So, as simple as 5 minutes, matatapos po natin to. Once ma-verify natin yung email address natin, so, kukumpletuhin lang natin yung profile natin. And kapag na-complete na natin yung profile natin, magkakaroon lang po yan ng konting process, di ba? So, once ma-okay na natin yan, may mga konting questions, magkakaroon na ng recommendation sa'yo si Rampber Online. At kapag nakita mo yung recommendation mo, di ba, based on your profile, may recommended na si Rampber Online na mga investments para sa'yo. So, ngayon, paano naman tayo mag-i-invest? Paano tayo magbabayad? So, just select the mutual fund you want to invest in. So, click nyo lang po yan or tap it. Then, indicate the amount and select the payment method. So, gusto mo bang mag-GCash? Gusto mo bang mag-bank transfer? So, kapag nakapagbayad na tayo, na-transfer natin yung funds natin, just save the screenshot of the proof of payment, then upload the confirmation in Rampber Online. So, in the next 2 days, 1 to 2 days po lang po yan, sobrang bilis, ma-approve na yung account natin, makakapag-start na tayong mag-invest. Please join us in our growing Facebook community as well. So this is the Rampber Online community. So we're very excited to invite everyone. So nasa Facebook lang po yan, we can engage, we can ask questions, we can share our experiences. So get early access also to the promos and new features. So nandyan lang po yan sa link, you can scan this QR code, pwede nyo po siyang balikan later on.